opens lines for both bishops and prepares for central pawn advances, influencing the board's dynamic early. Embracing asymmetry from the outset, Black immediately stakes a claim in the d4 square and prepares to challenge White's central initiative. Developing the knight to a central square opens lines and prepares castling, aiming for rapid development and control. This solidifies Black's central pawn structure, paving the way for potential queenside expansion and influencing the d5 square's control. Unlocking the center immediately, White aims to shatter Black's pawn structure and seize open lines. Opening the d-file, Black immediately contests the center and frees a pathway for the queen's bishop, creating dynamic possibilities. Securing the central pawn with knight establishes a commanding presence and sets the stage for rapid piece development, aiming for queenside expansion. Developing the knight to its most active square, the knight now contests the center and eyes a potential outpost on d4. Securing the center with knight development, this solidifies control of key squares and prepares further development, offering flexibility for the pawn structure. Prophylactically securing the b5 square, Black subtly prepares for further queenside expansion or prevents immediate knight incursions. Securing the king's flank, the bishop now eyes the critical d5 square, preparing for a solid development. Developing the knight to a more supportive role, this maneuver prepares for central pawn advances and may encourage an eventual g6 build-up. Aggressively seizing central space, White immediately aims to control the dark squares and potentially launch a kingside attack. Exchanging knights here simplifies the structure, inviting Black to exploit the open d-file. Reclaiming the central pawn, this queen redeployment opens diagonals and prepares to contest key squares. Re-establishing pressure on the d4 square, this recapture initiates a fascinating tactical dance, seeking to disrupt White's central control and unbalance the position. Repositioning the queen to f2 guards the e3 square and prepares for kingside expansion, potentially by g4. This flank pawn thrust aims to disrupt White's queenside space and create diagonal imbalances. Elevating the bishop prepares castling and reinforces the center's positional struggle. Bringing the bishop to the diagonal opens lines for the queen and prepares for queenside castling, but risks a cramped position if White consolidates. Safeguarding the king unlocks attacking potential across the board. Developing the bishop here aims to complete king's safety and prepare for potential queenside expansion, solidifying the pawn structure. Opens a vital line for the rook, preparing for potential pawn breaks or pressure along the d-file while maintaining defensive integrity. Securing the monarch amidst the rising storm on the queenside initiates a crucial defensive maneuver. Unpinning the knight from attack, this squares off the bishop to potentially contest the b7-g2 diagonal and gain central influence. This pawn advance challenges central control and aims to free the queenside, but leaves the king potentially exposed. Opens the diagonal for the queen and prepares to contest the d-file, putting pressure on Black's king. Resolving central tension by opening a diagonal for the queen and freeing the bishop's influence. The queen retreats to a more active diagonal, preparing for potential pawn advances on the kingside. A subtle maneuver, this rook repositions to defend the b-pawn and prepare for potential queenside counterplay, bolstering the defense. Shifting the king off the open diagonal offers crucial safety from the bishop's potential pressure. Solidifying the kingside, this retreat prepares for eventual pawn advances or simply offers better protection from potential central breakthroughs. Anchoring the rook on the second rank anticipates potential queen and pawn advances while securing the king's repose. Black repositions the bishop, aiming to bolster the queenside and potentially contest the d-file, while accepting a slight passivity for now. Reframing the bishop's purpose, this maneuver seeks to contest the d-file while preserving defensive integrity on the kingside. Bringing the knight to the queenside offers flexibility, potentially targeting White's queenside pawn structure or preparing a queenside pawn advance. Establishing dominance on the d-file, This bishop now prepares to pressure black's queenside pawn structure and potentially support a central pawn push. A curious repositioning. The rook abandons the now open g-file, possibly preparing a queenside push while neglecting its central influence. Unlocking the h-file offers attacking potential, aiming to exploit weaknesses around black's castled king. Bringing the queen into play on the e-file aims to contest control and potentially support a pawn advance, though it leaves the king side slightly less defended. Opening the center with this pawn thrust promises to unleash the queen's attacking potential and create dynamic play on the queen side. Initiating a pawn storm on the queen side, black intends to dismantle white's spatial advantage. Aims to redeploy the bishop to a more active diagonal, potentially pressuring the queen side. Building a pawn wall shields the king, but also surrenders control of key central squares. Reclaiming the initiative, white repositions their bishop, preparing to contest the open files and potentially exploit any weaknesses around black's castled king. Opening lines for your king with d5 releases the dark-squared bishop, but also invites tactical skirmishes on the king side. Opening the d-file for counterplay while preparing to redeploy the rook seems a sensible choice. A daring excursion, rerouting the knight to pressure the queenside's structure and potential outpost. Anchoring the queenside and solidifying space is the aim here. Opening lines of attack through the queenside, aiming to disrupt white's control over the queenside structure. Repositioning the rook to the third rank prepares for pressure along the central files, potentially targeting black's d-pawn. Unleashing a knight's foray into enemy territory, aiming to disrupt white's pawn structure and potentially create tactical fireworks. Unveiling the light-squared diagonal strengthens the king side while eyeing potential breakthroughs. The knight's adventurous leap to a3 creates tactical chaos, potentially disrupting white's queenside pawn structure. Unlocking the queenside now, white sacrifices a bishop for positional pressure. The bishop trades its influence on the queenside for increased central pawn pressure. Repositioning the knight to the king side aims to reinforce the pawn chain and contest the e-file dominance. Asserting control over the open c-file is crucial here, preparing for a potential queenside pawn storm. Unlocking the kingside attack by rerouting the knight, aiming to exploit the exposed black monarch after the queenside play. Repositioning the queen to e7 aims to connect the rooks and potentially reinforce the kingside, though it might leave the queenside pawn structure vulnerable. Initiating a potential queenside initiative, this repositioning a weakened pawn structure. Pushing the queenside pawn creates immediate territorial friction and opens avenues, though it risks weakening squares behind it. Releasing the b-file tension, white repositions the bishop to allow potential kingside pawn advances or to support a future f5 thrust. Shifting the bishop to b2 opens a diagonal and potentially activates the piece for future action. Unlocking the d-file offers avenues for attacking the queenside if black allows it. Black aims to contest the queen's diagonal and prepare a queenside counterplay, forcing white to decide on the fate of the now exposed d4 knight. Realigning the knight to a more active central square, ready to exploit the open files and potentially harass the black king. Unleashing an immediate counterattack on the queen, disregarding king's safety. Unleashing a tactical strike, white aims to exploit black's compromised queen and vulnerable king. Abandoning the pawn, the king seeks refuge on a safer square, hoping to avoid the impending storm of material. Shifting the rook to the third rank clears a vital path, preparing to target the weakened kingside and exploit the pin on black's knight. Sacrificing pawns to open lines for the queen and rook, a bold gamble for activity. Retreating the knight opens lines for a potential kingside assault, but neglects central pawn structure. Swapping queens drastically alters the strategic landscape, pushing towards an endgame where king's safety becomes paramount. Recapturing with the knight opens lines and prepares to contest the central files for dynamic play. The rook finally activates, eyeing the open c-file and disrupting white's knight retreat. initiating a decisive knight fork on the queen and rook, aiming to disrupt black's queenside control and exploit the exposed pieces. Trading the rook off here gives white a significant material advantage and simplifies into a winning endgame. Recapturing with the bishop now opens a critical diagonal for white's queen. Sacrificing material to open lines and attack the exposed king presents a dynamic shift in the game's character. Opening the b-file offers a potential avenue for your rook, aiming to exploit the weakened kingside pawn structure. Reclaiming the central file becomes paramount after the exchange, but white has achieved a strong pawn majority on the queenside. Initiating a strategic repositioning of the bishop to contest the open d-file.